So I'll just email these swings over to you, Ted, just with a reminder for when you go to the range and work on it yourself. The swing on the right, as we look at the screen, is the original swing, and you'll see what we call a scatter trace with your pressure, so it doesn't really move from right to left. It's more back, forward, up, down. It's a little bit scattery. This trace at the end of the session on the left-hand side is much more appropriate. You'll see that it's a deeper trace, so the trace goes more towards the right foot than on this side, and it obviously comes back a little bit more linear through the middle of your feet. Have I explained that okay? Yeah. That looks like this as we wind these swings through. So on the left side, you can see you're really loading up your trail leg. At that point, you've got 82% of pressure in your trail leg. On the right-hand side, we only get 69% of pressure in the trail leg. As we wind this on a little bit more, you can see the difference in the top of the swing there, with the pressure. And your upper body, you can see how you're loaded on the right side, on the trail leg, and you're ready to fire. You're faster. Yeah. You're much faster through the ball. You're more dynamic through the ball, and that's really going to help you to control your club. Absolutely. So that's really important on for your game, how you use your pressure. The only other thing that we worked on, if we look at a more down the line view, on the right hand side, as you start to swing the club back, you don't rotate or have any rotation of your forearms. You kind of get a little bit twisted. So the golf club stands up quite vertical. Yeah. We would want, in an ideal plane, the low end of the golf club to point down towards the ball line, something like that. And so you can see how you've got the club standing up quite tall there because the forearms haven't rotated. On the left-hand side, we just did a little bit of work on some forearm rotation. And you can see how the golf club would point more down towards the ball line. If you're going to rotate your forearms like this swing on the left, which is obviously a really good way to swing, we just need to make sure as you're coming back to hit the ball that you rotate them the other way. Yeah. When you've done this after a couple of swings, you hit a few shots out to the right. So we just made sure that you release the forearms back the other way to control the club face.
Very good.
Very good, sir.
Very useful. That.
My pleasure.
Continue to work on that.
My pleasure.